It uses concrete powder and other gravity blocks of your choice to work, and is great at hiding bases and being super customizable still. If you don't want to use gravity blocks, I highly recommend using Tomco's tutorial. There's a link on the screen right now. To build this design, you'll first need to dig an 18 by 11 area, 18 blocks down, then replace the outer border of blocks at the bottom with black concrete or any block of your choice really, and the inside is the 16 by 9 area that the actual door will fit into. I highly recommend in this 16 by 9 area, replacing the floor with smooth stone so you can count all the blocks much easier. It'll help you so much when you're trying to follow the tutorial. The reason we originally dug a larger space than we needed is actually because we do need it at the back so that the slime machines don't get stuck to stone or anything like that. It also makes building the contraption way easier. Here are all the ingredients you need. Now I'd highly recommend getting more than this. So for minimum ingredients, you'll want at least 19 obsidian, 2 redstone torches, 90 redstone dust, 10 repeaters, 4 comparators, 28 glazed terracotta, 25 observers, 43 sticky pistons, 22 regular pistons, 112 or rather 2 stacks of any decorative block, 10 oxidized copper or any specialized block. To be honest, those 10 blocks are going to be really important for holding up the door. I've also used 25 blue, 50 orange, 15 yellow and 6 green concrete just to keep colour coordinated on what wires are doing what jobs. And for the door itself, you want 110 concrete powder. 10 of those, the colour does not matter, you will not be seeing it, so I've chosen white. And then the rest of the 100 can be anything you choose. Any colour, it can be sand instead, it can be gravel instead. But the design is completely up to you. You'll also need 43 slime, 21 honey, and 26 glass. Now with all of that out of the way, let's get started. Okie dokie, so just to be clear, I've got sea lanterns at the front, black corners on the right, yellow corners on the left. Now I'm going to place 5 obsidian to represent the 5 flying machines that make the entire door work. Okay? Now when we're ready, go to the bottom right hand side, count 5 blocks in, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now 3 from the front, 1, 2, 3. Place our first obsidian. Now we're going to count 4 blocks to the left, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 more obsidian, another 4 blocks, 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's our third one at the front. Now we're going to move on to the back. Count 4 blocks in, 1, 2, 3, 4. Place 1 obsidian. Now go to the right side, 1, 2, 3, 4. So each of these represents one of our 5 flying machines that makes the door work. Now on all 3 at the front, we want to place 2 slime on top. Now we're going to place 2 sticky pistons facing up behind each of these slime blocks. Now we want to place 2 slime blocks on top of each of these sticky pistons. Now we're going to place 2 to the right of all of those. In these gaps in between, we're going to fill those with 4 honey each. So now on this flying machine, just next to this honey, we're going to place 2 sticky pistons on the left of this slime. Going up, we're going to place 1 honey. Okay. So this is all connected together. Now we're going to go to the right. Place 2 sticky pistons next to the left of this slime. Place 1 honey on top. So all these gaps are filled in. Now behind all the slime and honey, at the bottom, we're going to place 10 observers facing up. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So it goes all the way along. Now on top of all of those, you want to place this regular piston facing up. So that's 10 again. Now I'm going to go to the rightmost flying machine again. On the bottom slime, on the right hand side, place a temporary block. On top of that, an observer facing left, and you can tell it's facing left thanks to the arrow on top facing into this slime. Now we're going to place glazed terracotta on top of that, and 1 observer on top. Now we're going to repeat this for the other 2 flying machines. So go to the bottom, to the right of the slime, at the bottom, place a temporary block. Observer on top facing left, glazed terracotta on top, observer facing left on top. Same again. Bottom slime, go to the right, temporary block, observer on top facing left, glazed terracotta on top, observer facing left on top. Now next to this observer on top, on this red dot, you want to place 2 sticky pistons facing down. Same again for the other 2. So 1, 2 sticky pistons facing down from the observer on top. Now let's get rid of these 3 temporary blocks at the bottom. And next to the bottom observer, you want to place a sticky piston in front facing up. On all 3 of these, you want to add 1 slime block. On the rightmost flying machine, just next to the sticky piston here that we just placed, you want to add 1 observer, and that will be facing out, as you can tell from the arrow. Now below this piston, we're going to go out with blue, our blue line. It will activate all of these flying machines, sending them up later on. I'm going to take the line, take it all the way to the end. Now we're going to place dust all along this line to activate all of these pistons, apart from just here. We want to lower the line just 1 block down, add 1 dust, so that it will not interact with this observer. This is only meant for when the flying machines are at the top. Then you want to come out an extra 3 blocks here and place dust on top here as well. Now that's the entire front part of the bottom done. So at the right hand side on the back, we're going to start with honey, 2 honey on top of this obsidian. In front of that, we want to place 2 sticky pistons facing up, 2 honey on top. Now behind that, 2 sticky pistons facing down. In front of this honey at the top, we want to place 2 sticky pistons facing up. Now on the bottom of the honey areas, I'm going to add some 2 temporary blocks. And on top of both of those, I'm going to place an observer facing into the honey. And you can tell it's facing into the honey, once again with the arrows on top, and the actual face with the eyes will be facing out. Now underneath each of these temporary blocks, you want a sticky piston facing up. Now we can break the 2 temporary blocks. Okay. Now to the right of this bottom sticky piston, we're going to add 4 orange concrete. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to go 1 block up. Now from this top sticky piston, I'm going to add 2, 1, 2. At the bottom here, I'm going to add 2 repeaters. 1, 2, both on 4 ticks. Everywhere else could just have dust. Now we're going to repeat this on the other side, but instead of honey, we'll be using slime. So 1, 2 slime, 2 sticky pistons facing up in front, 2 slime on top. Behind that, we're going to add 2 sticky pistons facing down. In front, 2 sticky pistons facing up. Now once again, at the bottom of these slime, on the left, this is on the left side by the way, so where it sticks out to the left, add 2 temporary blocks next to the slime. Now on top of both of these, add an observer facing into the slime. Below each temporary block, you want a sticky piston facing up. Now you can break the temporary blocks. To the left side of this sticky piston at the bottom, you want to add 4 orange concrete. 1, 2, 3, 4. Go 1 block up and add 2 orange concrete going from the top piston. 1, 2. Underneath these 2 blocks, you want to add 2 repeaters, both on 4 ticks, facing towards the back. Again, you can see arrows on the repeaters, so you can tell it's facing towards the back like it's meant to. Add dust on top of all of the other orange blocks. Now just to make sure, you want to make sure these flying machines at the back are in line right with the edge with the ones at the front, and the observers stick out towards the sides. Same on this side. So you want to check again. This sticky piston is in line with the last piston on this edge at the front, and the observers are sticking out to the right side. Okay, Now on top of each of the sticky pistons, we want to add one more temporary block. In front of those, we want to add one obsidian. Okay, so we've got 2 more obsidian added. So here on the right side, where's the honey flying machine, you want to add slime on top of the temporary block. And then from the obsidian, you want to place 5 slime. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And break the temporary block. On the left side with the slime flying machine, you want to add honey on top of the temporary block. And then 5 honey from the obsidian. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's all met together. Now we break this temporary block. Now underneath all of the slime and the honey, we're going to add an orange line connecting these two flying machines at the bottom. We're going to place dust all the way along the bottom. Now we're going to connect the orange and blue lines. So we don't actually need the blue right in the corner. Go 1 block in. Now from here, just place orange blocks all the way to this part of the wire on the right side. And we want to add a repeater going into this block on only 1 tick. That reminds me, just to be careful, you want to change the repeaters here, from 4 ticks to 3. And same on this side, just change one of the repeaters from 4 ticks to 3 ticks. Now behind this repeater at the right side, we want to add just dust. A final touch for the bottom. In front of this really long honey and slime line, you want to add a special block. For me, I'm choosing oxidized copper. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And on top of this, I'm going to be placing 10 of any colour concrete powder. I'm choosing white. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And on top of this, the entire door will rest. At the back here again, we want to go to the slime flying machine. And on the bottom patch of slime, you want to count two up, so 1, 2. Add 1 observer. And you can see there's the red dot here. And I'm going to switch to using yellow concrete now. So I'm going to go out in front of this observer, add a repeater here on 4 ticks. Now I'm going to make a staircase going up with 4 blocks. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. I'm going to place dust on top of all of this. Now right in this corner just here, I'm going to place a sticky piston facing forward and add 1 more to the left. I'm going to add dust on top of those 2. Now on the one on the left, you want to add slime in front. On the one on the right, you want to add honey. And these are for the really long slime and honey lines, because these will need to be pushed back forward when they come down from the top of the machine. With that, we are now completely done with the bottom of the door. Hell yeah! As we move on to the top part of the machine, we're going to go to the right hand side on the white concrete powder. I'm going to count up 10 with my light blue concrete powder. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. Then this is just so that we know now this is where the floor is going to be of our machine, where the door will pop out in and out of. I'm now going to add 10 glazed terracotta behind the blue concrete powder. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Another 10 behind that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Now on either side, just want to add 1 extra bit sticking out. And this is because the slime and honey cannot stick to glazed terracotta. That's why I've chosen it at the top. But you can use things like obsidian, moss, any other non-stick block here is fine. You can even cover it with carpet when you're finished. But everywhere else at the floor on the top can be made out of any decorative block of your choosing. Both the glazed terracottas sticking out, I'm going to place 2 temporary blocks going down and with 1 obsidian underneath. I'm going to do this on the other side as well. So 2 temporary blocks with 1 obsidian underneath. And just now, for 5 seconds, now it looks like we've got googly eyes on our magnificent 10 by 10 door. Unfortunately, I have to remove these temporary blocks quite quickly so the machine doesn't break. And if you want to double check these will be directly above the honey or directly above the slime of these two flying machines at the back. At the front, I'm going to place 10 decorative blocks from the concrete powder. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now underneath these decorative blocks, we're going to place 10 regular pistons facing towards the back. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so these pistons are placed at the front half of the machine, but facing towards the back, okay? And make sure this gap here is still above the white concrete powder we placed earlier. Now, underneath all 10 regular pistons, we want to add obsidian. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And behind all 10 obsidian, we want to add a block of glass. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. On top of all the glass, you want to add some redstone dust. Okay, also 10 long. Now we can switch to orange line again. So we're going to add the mechanism that will send the black flying machines back down to the bottom. So from the glass, I'm going to go out 2 orange concrete, and I'm going to count 4 out from here. 1, 2, 3, 4. And now I'm going to go 1 more block out to the side and count 3 back. 1, 2, 3. Now from the glass line, I'm going to add 1 observer with the red dot now. Dust in front. A repeater. Going back on 4 ticks. 2 dust here. Then directly in front of the repeater, I want to place 1 comparator. Going into a solid block, some dust on the left there, going into a comparator facing back. You can tell this comparator is facing back because this also has a triangle type arrow facing towards the front. And you can tell this repeater and this comparator are both facing the same direction because of the triangle like arrow they both have that both point towards the back. Okay? Now behind this block that sticks up, you want to add a redstone torch. And just below that, you want to place a sticky piston facing down. I'm going to place 1 slime beneath that. Then I want to go behind it and place 3 more slime. So 1, 2, 3. Okay. Now we're going to repeat this on the right side. So now we're going to add 2 concrete. 1, 2, and count 4 forward. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now go 1 more out and count 3 back. 1, 2, 3. Add an observer from the glass line. 1 dust in front. A repeater facing towards the back on 4 ticks. Going into 2 dust. Now directly in front of the repeater, you want a comparator facing the same direction. Going into a block. Dust on the right hand side. Going into a comparator facing back towards the front. Now from the block that sticks out, we want to behind that place 1 redstone torch. And directly beneath that, 1 sticky piston. We're going to place 1 slime under here. Go behind it, place 3 more slime. 1, 2, 3. Okay, that's all of the stuff for the back of the machine. Now it's switched to the front again, so we're using blue concrete again. And I'm going to go to the left-hand side of the machine and go right into this corner next to the observer. I'm going to count 2 blue blocks down. So 1, 2. Then I'm going to come out 11 blocks from here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I know it's a bit weird, but it's just because we need to line it up with this glass just here. Now I'm going to add dust all the way across the top of all of this blue concrete. Okay, so I'm now at the back, and I'm going to go to that same blue line at the front. I'm going to break this block just here, so I can count from the entire blue line, 4 blocks in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Place a sticky piston facing down. Now I'm going to count another 4 blocks. So 1, 2, 3, 4. One more sticky piston facing down. 1, 2, 3, 4. And place my final sticky piston. Now underneath each of these 3, we want to add 1 slime block. So 2, 3. Okay, and now that will send down the flying machines at the front. Now all we have to worry about is how is this all going to get activated? And the answer is, it was this observer right from the bottom that is going to activate everything at the top and extend these pistons, which will lock the concrete powder in place while all the flying machines head back to the bottom, ready to catch the concrete powder when it falls back down to open the door. That's how it all works. But anyway, our next part is going to be with yellow concrete. We're going to go to the right hand side next to this orange circuit and this observer, and in front of that I'm going to place a regular piston facing down. Next to that is going to be a temporary block, below that a redstone block, now 3 glazed terracotta, 1, 2, 3. And now I'm going to place 2 temporary blocks below this, break the top one, and place a regular piston facing up. Now break both of these temporary blocks. Now from this piston at the bottom, I'm going to place 2 yellow concrete. So 1 and then more to the left, 2. On top of that, still going to the left, place 1 and 2. Let's break this block just in between and add a repeater facing towards the right hand side on 4 ticks. Remember, the right hand side has the black corners, left hand side has the yellow. Now in front and behind the repeater, we just need to add some dust. And it's this dust right here that will be activated when this flying machine reaches the top. I'm going to go up to here, next to our redstone block, and count 3 blocks out. 1, 2, 3, with yellow concrete powder. And we're going to add 2 repeaters here and here, facing to the left, on 4 ticks each. And then place 1 dust in front of that. Now, as you can see, our yellow and blue lines here have just connected, and we don't want that. So I'm going to add 1 more block so that they are no longer connected. We are really, really close to finishing. All we need is the switch and to connect the bottom and the top together, so we can switch them both on or off at the same time. Now to do that, we're going to go all the way to the bottom just here. So where the blue meets the orange, we're going to place 2 glass, 1, 2, just like this. I'm going to add a repeater here on 4 ticks, facing into the corner. And we just need 1 solid block in front of this repeater. As you can see from the arrow on the repeater, it's facing into this block. Now place dust behind the repeater, and we're going to go out diagonally 2 more blocks. Now from here, we're going to make a staircase all the way to the top. Go 1. No. Okay, you don't need to go any higher than this redstone block with this glass. Let's start at the bottom. Go up 1 block with the dust. Now go on up like this, and the redstone dust will zigzag all the way to the top. Now once you get to here, glass is 2 blocks below the redstone block. You can place 3 more glass in a diagonal, so 1, 2, and 3. Place dust all the way along here. To double check that you've got the glass column in the right place, you can go 2 out from this dust in front of the observer, and it should be perfectly aligned with this glass and dust that you've just brought up from the bottom. Okay? Now there really is only one thing left to add. So finally, if everything has gone well, we're going to switch to green concrete for our on-off switch. So on top of this blue wire, which we're going to... Now right at the end of this blue wire, we're going to add 1 sticky piston on top facing to the right. We're going to place an observer in front facing up. We're going to place green concrete on top and one more just here. So this observer will be moved to either activate this glass line or activate this piston and this little latch here. Now we're going to place a lever on this sticky piston next to the green line. And this, my friends, is when we first test the entire door. I'm a bit nervous. So I'm going to flick the lever and everything should be flying at the same time. And it's working. Oh, goodness me. Okay. And that should all fall. Yes. Oh, it's all working. First time as well. Yes. Okay, that's awesome. So you now have your working door. You can now decorate it however you like. It's probably easiest to do it while it's here. So you can see it's 10 blocks tall. You don't want to make it any taller than 10 blocks or it will all break. That's the maximum height. I do have another design for this. It's infinitely expandable from side to side. Okay, hello. I've just got one more thing to show you, which is how to make this work with a button instead of a lever. I'm just going to add a quick T flip-flop over here. I'm just going to flick this lever so the door will be open. Like so. Now I'm just going to... Now this part where there's the yellow line and the repeaters, I'm just going to add a block in front of the repeaters. And then the dust will be here instead. Just moving everything. All the yellow line, one block further back. This is the piston that switches the entire thing on or off. We're going to break the lever. Behind the piston, we're going to place 2 green concrete blocks. On top of this yellow block, we're going to place a comparator. On top of these 2, just 2 redstone dust. Now behind this comparator, we're going to place 1 block and a dispenser. And in this dispenser, I'm going to place powdered snow. Now, just make sure this dispenser is facing back, and as soon as I put this powdered snow in, the door will begin to close again. Ta-da! And that's all good. Now I'm going to place 1 more block just here, to the left of the dispenser. 1 more dust, and on top of here, on top of the dust and the dispenser, you can have a button. I'd prefer wooden, but you can actually use either. And when you press this button, the door will open again. Or it will close. Doesn't matter which button you press, both of them do the exact same thing. Now, unfortunately, this is not spam proof, so just be careful not to press it like 100 times. It's very safe to open it because that's super simple, but the closing is quite complicated. Anyway, now you can decorate the entire thing. Now, all that's left is to add buttons at the back. So we're going to go to the back in the center, add 2 more wooden buttons, go 2 blocks down. You want to go 1 block further out at the back. And this line will go 2 blocks out to the side. It doesn't matter which side, either one. I'm going to place dust all along here. And in this corner, we're going to add 1 more repeater. Keep going until we're 1 block out on the front. Add 1 more repeater. And now we just need to connect it up to the dispenser. Now, of course, we can't do it like this, unfortunately. We just have to go in 1 block further back, like this, so that the redstone dust goes directly into the dispenser, so that we can activate it from the other side. Also, in my next video, I'll show you how to spam-proof this door and how to extend it infinitely from side to side. But for now, I'm afraid that's all I've got time for, so just want to say thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a nice day, and goodbye. I'm really proud of this design, and I really hope you liked it. So, before I forget, I just want to say, please consider liking and subscribing. It would help out the channel a lot, and I would really appreciate it. So, yeah, just thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all later. Goodbye.